Next, we're going to get the average first purchase profitability. This is an extremely important thing to be able to calculate. So what we're going to do first is we need to have some notion of the contribution profitability of purchases. If we had that at the individual transaction level, great. Oftentimes this is not available, and we need to basically get data from the firm as to what their contribution margin is. In this particular case, the contribution margin of the firm is about 40%. So I'm going to do is create an additional column here for contribution profit. And that's just going to be the sales amount multiplied by the contribution margin. So that is what it's supposed to be. And so next we want to get is the average contribution profit on initial purchases over time. And we want to compare that to CAC over time. So let's create a new tab. Actually, let's just create a pivot table that is going to go onto a new tab. So I'm going to insert pivot table, create our new tab. Let's call this init perch prof for initial purchase profitability. The rows will be dates like before, kick out quarter so that we have months. We are going to sum over contribution profit, and we're going to convert that sum into an average. So again, we want the average contribution profitability of first purchases. So to narrow our way down to just the first purchases, we're going to create a filter. So this filter is going to allow us to only focus on the first purchases, like that. So we filtered out all the repeat purchases. Go back over here, we're going to expand so we see the months and the years. Go to the months, tabular, go to the years, make those tabular. And now we are going to copy and paste this data. Like before, we're going to get the month number. One, two, up to 12, and then repeat. Get the year, 2016. Add one, come back over here. And like before, we're going to get a date out of this. Year, month number, we need to put in a day, we put in one, and then we change the format. So it's just the month and the year. There we go. Copy and paste the values. Remove the references, remove the stuff we don't need. So these are our average first purchase contribution profits. And now we want to subtract CAC. Average initial purchase profitability. Now we calculated those CACs before, so we just go over to CAC. We're just going to pull these numbers in. So we have CAC, and let's multiply that by -1. Well, let's just keep that as positive so it's easier to graph. We don't need an insane number of decimals there. So the average initial purchase profitability is just the average contribution profit from initial purchases minus CAC in that period. So we can copy and paste this down. And now we can plot these two. Well, let's plot it two ways. So for one, we can look at the average initial contribution profit and then this is the CAC, and then this will be the months. Let's throw on some data labels over here. Have those go above, and I just like them like this so they don't bump into each other too much. Just to make it a little more aesthetically pleasing, I'll turn those blue. I do the same thing with these. Let's add those data labels, change their orientation like so, and then change their color accordingly. So this is average initial purchase contribution profit versus CAC. So if you can see the CAC's been moving up, we can see that average initial purchase contribution profit has been relatively flat. And so when we kind of net these against each other, that's how we get the average initial purchase profitability. So I like to keep CAC up here just to keep it top of mind, but I'm going to replace this with average initial purchase profit, which is the net profitability after subtracting out acquisition cost. So that's what we see over here. I'll remove these. Let's keep these data points top of mind. Put those over here. Put them above and change the orientation just like that. And we're done.